I've been gaming too much lately, my hands are sprained and I need a break from typing. Yes, this admission makes me more of a lame nerd, but here we are. I didn't feel like writing a 1,000-word post, so here's the first one I ever wrote when I launched my website everedenauthor.com. I updated a few things this morning, links to socials and the red pick etc. I didn't know what to expect when I started the site, I didn't know what to do, I didn't give a fuck though. Writing is always something I've done. I figured that I would just start somewhere. This was originally posted July 7, 2017 entitled Ever Forever, it's flashback time. Yarg. There's nothing like the feeling of a fresh blog post. I'm Ever Eden, nice to meet you. I was planning to release King of Spades a long time ago. The idea for the series was born in the middle of a tutorial class in late high school while I was staring out of a window and wishing someone would call in a bomb threat so I could GTFO and go home. Instead, I, literally, put pen to paper and started a story that would be with me for the rest of my life. My first trilogy was written when I was 13 and it was a thriller/horror story about a series of murders perpetrated by teens in the Australian outback. I decorated the A4 paper cover with red smears of nail varnish and stuck it all in plastic display files. I still have somewhere but I have not seen it for a long time. I found through the years right after that there weren't many people who understood the way I thought and that to get anywhere you seemingly needed to be breakout author and be awarded grants for writing about positive Australian culture and other things that I just couldn't be interested in for long enough to make a real go of. My mind was always been elsewhere. I was also not in the habit of kissing ass or trying to squeeze through a circle when I am very clearly a dented and messed up square peg that cannot help a morbid sense of humor. I frequented activist circles after 9/11 when laws were changing and the USA Patriot Act was signed in. People were choosing sides based on the types of information they were being exposed to and it was incredibly eye-opening. Through study and exposure to various rules and regs, PTB and history, I wrote articles and op-eds based on the changing of the world, technologies and laws born from the era. I also made contacts online with various pockets of people across the USA who were interested in maintaining their rights and way of life in the face of not only attacks and terrorism from elsewhere, but the nets closing around regular folk in the name of protection from these things. Those are my thoughts at midnight during my first post. The concepts woven into fiction within King of Spades and the rest of the Dark Rose novels seemed unheard of where I lived, but thanks to friends around the world, I was exposed to movements, theories and protests I wouldn't have seen trickled down versions of in my city. Nowadays, it is a little different with the growth of YouTube, social media and more, and maybe that's why things have just worked out where I would finally be releasing the story in a time where people could understand what they were reading a little easier, a ruling class, secret government bodies etc., even though what I write is still considered sci-fi/action/semi-speculative with romantic subplots. King of Spades, the book, is a simple read involving real-world elite agents tasked with neutralizing a conspiracy theorist. Throw in some smart-mouthed civilian collateral, a hastily dumped, sexy AF, ex-boyfriend and a kick-ass chick with an arsenal you'd only see if you jumped into a time machine and went 50 years into the future, and you get King of Spades, sort of. There is mention of other cool things like bioweapons and strange munitions and weapons. Ever. Like and sub because you lick the bowl at the end.
I've just realised that you're an author and can't even say the word duck. What the fucking hell's up with that?